All regions, countries in the world have to develop strategies, policies, and practices for sustainable tourism. To be able to do that, they have to obey the guidelines provided by the international association and organizations that work on the subject of sustainable tourism. Economic sustainability, social sustainability, and environmental sustainability must be taken into consideration. It is important to keep the balance between these three important points. Tourism is an activity which involves a special relationship between customers, visitors, the industry, the environmental, and local communities. The policy for sustainable tourism should be based on a number of principles and approaches. Planned and developed tourism should not take place in isolation. Tourism should be considered as part of the sustainable development of communities, alongside other activities. Short-term approaches should be avoided and the long-term view encouraged. Global impacts must be taken into consideration, influencing the volume and nature of tourism demand. The choice made by tourists, such as the products selected and made of travel, and their activities and behavior should be carefully followed. Rather than simply concentrating on visitor satisfaction, all aspects should be carefully watched. Financial side must be carefully planned, which has a strong effect on policies and economic instruments such as transport, admission to sites, and waste disposal. The precautionary principle must be applied, meaning putting in place measures to avoid damage before it occurs rather than trying to repair it afterwards. Development and construction should be planned. Limiting the amount of tourism development or the volume of tourist flows in a destination should be taken into account in setting limits that are respected by all concerned. Global threats such as climate change and terrorism need to be considered in planning for future tourism and in introducing risk management policies. An agent should be set that address economic, social, and environmental impacts. The agent formulated in this way can then be used as framework to develop tourism policies for tourism. This agent must minimize the negative impacts of tourism on society and environment, maximize tourism's positive and creative contribution to local economies, focus on conservation of natural and cultural heritage, and the quality of life of hosts and visitors, maximize the contribution of tourism to the economic life of the host destination, including the preparation of visitor spending that it is rationated locally, strengthen the number and quality of local jobs created and supported by tourism, seek a wide and fair distribution of economic and social benefits from tourism throughout the local community, including improving opportunities, income, and service available to the poor. Provide safe, satisfying, and fulfilling experience for visitors. Engage and empower local communities in planning and making the management and future development of tourism in their area. Maintain and strengthen the quality of life in local communities, avoiding any form of social degradation or explosion. Respect and save the historic heritage, authentic culture, traditional, and distinctiveness of host communities. Maintain and enhance the quality of landscapes, both urban and rural, and avoid the damage of the environment. Consider of natural areas, habitats, and wildlife, and minimize the damage to them. Minimize the use of scarce and non-renewable resources in the development and operation of tourism faculties and services. Minimize the pollution of air, water, and land, and the generation of waste by tourism enterprises and visitors.